Hey everybody, welcome to the YouTube channel called NorCalCorsello. I'm your host, Chris Corsello. What's this channel about anyway? Well, for a little background, I started doing YouTube in 2006, made lots of videos in 2007 and 2008. There were a few others sprinkled in there, but I took a long break and started recently making videos again. One of my more common series that I'm making these days is called Corsello's Retro Treasures, Antiques, and Other Cool Things. I've made several episodes. Obviously I showcase just as the title says. Take a look at a few of those. If I can link them in this view right here, I will. Otherwise there'll be a playlist and links in the description below. Another series that I've started on this channel, I'm calling Day Tripper. The first episode I'm particularly proud of. It's called the Hess Collection Art Gallery. It's about a day trip to a winery in Napa Valley called the Hess Collection, and I showcase their modern art collection in that video. I hope you'll take a look at it if you haven't seen it. I'm very pleased about the way that one came out. I'm an avid hiker, and so many of the day trip episodes will probably be showcasing things like that. But really, any day trip is open for a possibility on Day Tripper. Again, take a look at the playlist, or if I can, I'll link it right here. One of my most popular series from the past was a series that I call Money Talks. These are about US coins and bills, paper money. Just a little bit of history about them, observations, my thoughts on them. They've turned out to be very popular, at least for my channel, and I'll be continuing that series. I already have a few in the works, and by the time you see this video, they may already be posted. I got my start on YouTube with a video that I shot in 1994. It's called The Grateful Dead Parking Lot. I shot the video in 1994 and then edited it in 2002. And when I discovered YouTube in 2006, I posted it. And it got hundreds of views, maybe even thousands right away. It's been a very popular video until a few years ago when something about the way YouTube formats the videos changed, and now it only uses a portion of the screen. But if you don't mind watching a smaller portion of the screen, it's a pretty interesting video. And I'm hoping at some point to remake it and repost it as full screen again. So depending on when you see this video, it may already be there. Also, another thing related to that, I believe it was in 2009, I made a video series, 4 in the series, called Outside Lands Documentary. It was in 4 parts because in those days I wasn't able to post YouTube videos that were more than, I think, 15 minutes. So I did 4 parts. The thing I enjoyed about it the most was talking to the festival goers. I have little clips of the music and shots of the festival in general. It's in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco if you're not familiar with Outside Lands. But like I said, the really fun part to me was talking to the festival goers. And on that note, I'm planning a new series where I'm going to be talking to people similar to the way I did in that video, except it's just going to be questions to people I know and some to people that are random. Things like, what's your favorite band that isn't well known? Or, in your hometown, what's your favorite restaurant to eat at? Things like that. There's other questions that I'd rather people not know ahead of time and be surprised by. But then, after I've talked to enough people and got enough interesting answers, I will post those videos with a variety of people answering them. So that series is in the works, and maybe by the time you've seen this, it'll already be made. And if that's the case, I'll have a playlist and perhaps a link below. Finally, you can always look at some of my old videos from 10 years ago. Now, most of the hundreds of videos that I made prior to 2017 were done 10 years ago or more. At the time, I was discussing current events. I didn't always necessarily do a whole lot of research. Sometimes it was just an article I read in the newspaper back when I was still reading the newspaper before I got all my content online like I do today. Or maybe I saw something on the news or read about it in a publication or even on an online site. But basically, I would just give my opinion on it. it wasn't necessarily well researched. It was just sort of my gut reaction to whatever the current event was. Now these events are hardly current anymore, and many of them aren't very relevant, or we have the advantage now of knowing how these things turned out. But there's a few that are kind of timeless that I'm proud of. A couple that I'll mention. One was called Art versus Entertainment, and there's also one called The Day the Music Died. Those are a couple of examples of ones that weren't really tied to just that specific time. They still are relevant and current today, so maybe check out a few of those. Anyway, I hope you'll take a look around my channel, and maybe you'll find something that you enjoy. And if you do, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. And I always appreciate it if you hit the like button so I know what's working. And comments are always welcome. One of the reasons I really enjoyed doing YouTube in the past was because of the comments. All the things I learned from the people who watched. And so that's what I'm hoping to garner again, is a group of people who watch regularly, who get involved in the discussions of topics that come up. I'm not going to really do much current event anymore. That's really just not the direction of this channel that I want to take. But hopefully you've gotten a good idea. And like I said, consider subscribing and comment below if you have any ideas for series and other things that I might do. Thanks for watching.